I'm super busy finishing up 40 Golf, but I still wanted to do one last devlog before the release, because I keep getting this question. Will it have multiplayer? And can I wishlist the game right now? The answer to both is yes. And yes, you can hit someone else's ball into the fourth dimension. But I should explain a few things first. As you can imagine, 40 Golf does have a learning curve, so multiplayer is not something I'd recommend jumping into right away. In beta testing, it typically takes about 30 minutes into the tutorial for 40 to really click for people, and I think that's pretty decent. I've spent a lot of time trying to get the tutorial right, so that anyone can play the game. Right now, I have hot seat multiplayer completed, meaning you share the same physical computer and take turns with your friends. I'm planning to include online multiplayer too, but I'm not sure if it'll be ready before the release date, which is why I haven't officially announced it yet. Either way, it will definitely be coming soon. But if you absolutely can't wait, there's still the option of using Steam Remote Play. As long as you have a decent internet connection, it shares your screen and lets your friends control the same game. It's a pretty cool feature, and it does work. In 40 Golf, bumping into another player's ball is pretty rare, unless you do it on purpose. That's because the volume you golf in is much larger than it would be in a 3D game, but it's still really fun to knock someone's ball off the track, or into the hole, or into the literal fourth dimension. Another frequently requested feature is VR. I'm happy to say that that's coming soon too. In fact, I have all the 4D rendering working. The main roadblock is redesigning all the UI for VR and integrating the motion controllers. Motion controllers are actually really ideal for a 4D game, since they each have way more degrees of freedom compared to a mouse, which just has left, right, up, down. In a 3D game, you use a 2D compass because there's only one plane of rotation on the ground. But in 4D games, a 3D compass represents all the different views on the 3D ground. So it's really convenient that motion controllers map exactly one-to-one to those rotations, allowing you to look everywhere with one control. I've also seen questions floating around about if 40 Golf will make you motion sick in VR. My last game, Hyperbolica, had a ton of non-Euclidean walking, platforming, and racing, so it was definitely a recipe for feeling disoriented. By contrast, 40 Golf is really tame, since you mostly stay stationary and teleport around, even when you're changing your view in 4D, so there's very little risk of motion sickness for most of the levels. Lastly, a lot of people wanted to know about the music in the trailer. It's made by philmakesnoise, who's made the entire soundtrack for 40 Golf and Hyperbolica. He's releasing some bonus tracks from 40 Golf on his YouTube channel right now, so you can check out some of the pre-release tunes. And you can see his process of making music in Devlog number 4 if you're curious. I hope that cleared up some things before 40 Golf releases in March, and comment below if you have any more lingering questions. I do read all the comments and take into consideration a lot of suggestions. Don't forget to smash that wishlist button, and I'll see you in the next video.